As the new year is upon us, people tend to set goals to accomplish sometime for next year. But is that what people really want? I believe this is a mask of something deeper that wishes to be resurfaced, and that is the difficult task of finding meaning. But what does it mean to find meaning? Ask yourself the following question. What would you do if money were no object? What makes you itch? If you don't have answers to these questions, or if you don't know what you want, then you have some inner exploration needed to be done. If you know yourself, you already know what is it you desire. Why meaning is so important? Firstly, you're alive, you exist. This means that you have to face the fact that the body is in decay from the moment you are born. Secondly, you don't exist by yourself. It implies that whether you like it or not, you have to interact with other people. And human relationships are a cause of suffering. And thirdly, which presumes the two facts, life is suffering and then you die. Meaning is the antidote to the suffering of life. When you find meaning, you are connecting to something bigger. This is called transcendence. In happiness we see evident, the increasing rates of suicide are all signals of lack of personal transcendence. Finding meaning can be difficult because knowing oneself is going through your own hell. It is realizing that everyone has a profound desire to do good, but also for unimaginable evil. When you as an individual are able to find meaning in your life, you will automatically thrive to create something good and positive. In life, we have two choices. We either create a little bit of heaven or we create a little bit of hell. We need to understand that we as individuals have a lot of responsibility with the world. Our actions are like throwing stones in the water. It creates a ripple effect. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, who was also a philosopher, once said, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Imagine for a moment that meaning is an invisible hero that lives within. For when all is lost and despair rules our everyday life, meaning is there to pick you up, to tell you that you may be in hell, but there's a little piece of heaven waiting for you which makes you keep moving forward.
Bruce. It's okay. It's okay. You'll be okay.
Will we be needing an ambulance, Master Wayne?
I'll set the bone and take him for an x-ray later.
Very good, sir.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Don't
I've
worry,
told-
it's fine.
Took quite a fall, didn't we, Master Bruce?
And why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Get your house in order, assume responsibility, and take discipline in what you desire. I guarantee you that life will be a bit more tolerable. Otherwise, pessimism and nihilism will continue to dominate most of the thinking of the 21st century. To get to your 40s and not even that far to your 30s and realize that you have wasted your potential. This is the main reason why people have existential crises. This is what life is about, falling in love with the meaning that you give to it. There isn't a higher truth than this. Before concluding, I want to show you a short video about one of my role models, Mr. Alan Watts.
What sort of a situation would you like? Let's suppose, I do this often in vocational guidance of students. They come to me and say, well, we're getting out of college and we haven't the faintest idea what we want to do. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Or another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.